So this is the last in our series of the human brain in stressful times. And what I'd like to do to start, I'd like to recap what we've already discussed. The first thing we did was look at a diagram of the human brain. And the first thing we talked about was this part of the brain right here, the brain stem. This is the part of the brain that's most primitive, and it keeps a constant, anxious watch for danger. So in order to keep this part of the brain from taking over our whole life, we need to recognize it, and we need to pet that lizard brain. And the way we do that is we recognize what we fear. Actually make yourself consciously breathe in deeply and let it out slowly, and consciously relax your body, and remember, you're God's child. The next part of the brain that we talked about was this part right here, known as the limbic system. Now, this controls the things we want and desire. Scientists think of this as our mouse brain because it's most concerned with just what we want, food and air and things like that. In order to keep this part of our brain from taking over our whole life and coping in stressful times, we need to think about the food that you eat when you're eating it, and think about it nourishing your body. You want to think about your home and how it shelters you. And you also want to remember your ability to learn new skills and new ways of doing things and making things, and thank God for that. Finally, I want to talk about this part of the brain right here. This is our cortex. And scientists think of this as our primate brain, our monkey brain. This is the part of the brain that handles our higher thinking. This is the part of the brain that lets us create imaginary maps in our mind so that we can get from one place to another, even if we haven't been there for a while. And this is also the part of our brain that helps us make connections with other people. So we can make connections with other people through art and music, through things like love and hate, through thinking about what is good and bad and what is just and unjust. Okay? Our cortex makes us want to belong to a group and know that we are part of that group. So this part of the brain is the part that we really want to control these other parts. And we need to keep this part of our brain calm and thinking well during stressful times. So scientists say you need to hug your monkey brain. All right? And the way you're going to hug your monkey brain and keep it comfortable is you are going to consciously think of someone who loves you. And remember, God really loves you. Think of someone you love. And now, imagine the ones who love you and the ones you love all holding hands together. And remember, the one that really, really loves all of those people and holds us all together is God our Father.